Hello, this is Mel Thompson, and this is a podcast and a series of podcasts about political risk. Today I'll be discussing Turkey and Germany and the Turkish relationship with the EU. Now, even though German Chancellor Angela Merkel and Turkish President Erdogan exchanged pleasantries at the G20, the simmering issues that led to cracks in the relationship have not been repaired. Turkish citizens are still required to have visas to enter the EU. And this is something that the Turkish government finds quite irritating. Basically, they're saying, why are we required to have a visa? Well, the answer is very simple. You're not a member of the EU. Secondly, no matter what anyone may tell you, Turkey is not going to be a EU member ever, in my opinion. I could be completely wrong, but I seriously doubt I am. Erdogan has made it clear that he is a strong man and there is no room for a person like this at the EU table if you want to keep it together. You'd think Britain leaving was going to be a source of a domino effect where Spain would leave, Greece would leave. If Turkey gets into the EU and Erdogan is the president of Turkey at that time, the Brexit will look like a joke compared to what Erdogan will do internally to the EU. There's no doubt in my mind that Erdogan, if given the opportunity, would like to break up the EU from the inside and set his own economic terms with each individual EU country. His recent behavior in the wake of the coup, which I agree should never have happened, he's elected and he should be the president. But the bottom line is his relationship with his own people is odd to say the least when you look at how he handled the dealing of the punishment, for lack of a better word, with the coup plotters. They arrested everybody. You can't do that. You have to go up to the people who actually did this. This is just a example of what he has been doing and what his mentality is. He is a strong man, and there's nothing that the German government can do to encourage him to stop being a strong man. This is who the man is. Now, if you look at the boundaries of behavior, you don't start demanding the United States extradite a person who lives here because you think he was involved in a coup. You don't arrest thousands of people when you know who the actual culprits were. That is the purview, if you will, of a strongman. It is not something that a rational, logical actor does. It is somebody who is upset and mad and they can't control what they're going to do next. And that is what the major problem is right now with letting Turkey into the EU. And it's going to keep causing other problems down the road. This is going to keep snowballing. Every time you turn around, you think things are fine, everybody's happy. No one's happy, and things are not fine. There are some serious festering problems, and they're going to get worse between now and the time Erdogan leaves office, if he ever leaves office, which I seriously doubt at this point. The most recent example of the simmering issues between Germany and Turkey involved the German parliament's finding, for lack of a better word, once again, because it's obvious this happened, that Turkey committed genocide in 1915. They massacred a bunch of Armenians, and the Ottoman forces were responsible. Turkey is now the successor to the Ottoman Empire, if you will, and they don't like to be told that they committed genocide. Now, in retaliation for this finding by the German parliament, Turkey blocked German lawmakers from visiting a base near the Syrian border back in June. The genocide issue is not going away, and it has not gone away in 101 years. It's never going to go away because it happened. And as long as it has happened, Erdogan is going to start his his yearly daily rant about this is unfair, this should not be happening, it wasn't genocide. And the Europeans and everybody else in the world is going to say it did happen, accept this. A rational actor would just accept this. They would have some diplomatic language that would deny the genocide, but they wouldn't deny access to a base by a fellow NATO member. This is not a rational thing to do. Now, going forward, the overall problem that I see is the fact that at some point there's going to emerge a leader, whether from the United States, European Union, or some other person within the NATO relationship, that is going to have a conversation with Erdogan, and it's going to be somewhat one-sided in my opinion. He's going to be put in his place. And as soon as this happens, you will see exactly where everything is going, because I don't think he's going to take this very well. But at some point, this needs to be done. You cannot dictate the terms of a lot of things in the world, and you certainly cannot dictate the terms of border crossings. You cannot dictate the terms of trade or investment policy of other countries by having a fit. That is not how it is done. Conversations, discussions, that is how it is done. Things need to be put into perspective, and clear, precise relationships need to be put before being angry. And this is where the problem lies, in my opinion, with Erdogan and his dealings with the EU. He is not putting the relationships before his own frustration. This has been Mel Thompson.